am Dr. Revati Parmeshwaran. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Maths with RP. Now, we are going to discuss and learn about different types of relations today. You already studied about what is a relation. So, we will just recall what is a relation and then we will try to understand what we mean by different types of relations. Let A be a given set which consists of the elements 1, 2, 3. Now, you all know what is A cross A. A cross A is the Cartesian product of A with itself. So, it will consist of the elements 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. Now, any subset of the Cartesian product of A cross A, that is Cartesian product of A with itself, is called as a relation. So, R is a subset of A cross A. So, I can write it as R is contained in A cross A. Now, we will see what is an example of a relation. Let me define R to be set of all x comma y such that x is related to y if y is greater than or equal to x. Now, what will R contain? R will consist of the following elements. 1, 1, y should be greater than or equal to x. So, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. So, you can easily see this R is a subset of A cross A. This is A cross A and this is R. I have defined the relation as set of all x comma y where two elements are related if y is greater than or equal to x. If you look at an ordered pair x comma y, x is related to y if y is greater than or equal to x. Then R consists of the following elements. Now, we are going to learn about different types of relations. The first type of relation that we are going to learn is what is a reflexive relation. Now, for this, let us first look at the definition. Let A be a given set. Okay, let R be a relation on A. That means what is R? R is a subset of A cross A. Now, this relation R is called as reflexive if R equal to, it consists of all elements of the form x comma x should belong to R, because we are looking at R is contained in A cross A. So, now reflexive means every element should be related to itself. So, it consists of all the elements of the form x comma y in A cross A if x is related to itself. That is x is equal to y. That means it consists of all the elements of the form x comma x. Okay. Now, such a relation is called as a reflexive relation. Now, let us see what is a symmetric relation. A relation R on a set A is said to be symmetric if A is related to B or if x is related to y implies y is related to x. Okay. So symmetric relation R will consist of all ordered pairs coming from say A cross A, such that X is related to Y implies Y is related to X. We have one more type of relation, but even before we go to that, let us see an example. So you may wonder, what is all this X comma Y belongs to A cross A, X is related to itself? What do we mean by that? If I explain with an example, then you will see that it makes more sense. So let us look at the set of all triangles in a plane. So let us consider, let me use a different color. Okay, now let us consider the set A to be triangles in a plane. R to be the following relation. T1 is related to T2 if T1 is congruent to T2. So here the relationship is congruence. Two triangles, if they are congruent, they are related. So R consists of the set of all ordered pairs T1 comma T2 where T1 is congruent to T2. Now, the question we are asking here when we check for reflexivity is every triangle related to itself? Yes, because every triangle is congruent to itself. Therefore, it's a reflexive relation. If, let us take two triangles T1 and T2. Okay. If T1 is congruent to T2, then T2 is congruent to T1. Therefore, the relationship is symmetric. What about transitivity? For the same relation, let us check transitivity, which is the next type of relation. A relation R defined on a set A is said to be transitive if it satisfies the following conditions. That is, if X is related to Y and Y is related to Z implies X is related to Z. So if this condition is satisfied, then R is said to be transitive. Now we will check for the same example. Let us look what was the example that we saw in the previous case. Triangles in a plane. And what was the relationship we are talking about? Two triangles are related if each one is congruent to the other. So now we saw that every triangle is congruent to itself and therefore it was reflexive. And we also checked for symmetric because if one triangle is congruent to the other, the second triangle is also congruent to the first. So if T1 is congruent to T2, T2 is congruent to T1. Or rather, if T1 comma T2 belongs to R, then T2 comma T1 also belongs to R. The next condition we are checking is the transitive relation. So we are looking at triangles in a plane, and what is the relationship that we are seeing? Congruence. So if T1 is congruent to T2, what are T1, T2? They are triangles. T2 is congruent to T3. Okay. Then does it mean T1 is congruent to T3? We know that if T1, by the property of congruence of triangles, if T1 is congruent to T2 and T2 is congruent to T3, then definitely T1 is congruent to T3. Yes. So such a relation is a transitive relation. It is reflexive because every triangle is congruent to itself. It is symmetric because if T1 is congruent to T2, T2 is congruent to T1. It is transitive because if T1 is congruent to T2 and T2 is congruent to T3, then definitely T1 is congruent to T3. So we saw an example of a relation which was reflexive, symmetric and transitive. If it satisfies all the three conditions, then such a relation is called as an equivalence relation. Okay. Now let us go and look at another type of example. So I am drawing examples from mathematics, from cases that you are familiar with. So now let us take the set A to be straight lines in a plane. And R to be the following relation. L1 is related to L2 if L1 is perpendicular to L2. So what is the relationship here? Being perpendicular to each other. Okay, and what is the other given set? The set of all straight lines in a plane. Now again we are going to check whether it is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, and if it forms an equivalence relation. So the first one we are going to check is reflexive property. Is it reflexive? Yes. So what are you asking? Is every line perpendicular to itself? Is any line perpendicular to itself? So this is the question that you are asking. You all know that it is no, right? So it will not contain, R will not contain lines of the form L1 comma L2 where L1 L2 is also L1. Does it contain L1? L1. Then L1 should be perpendicular to itself. So, set of all L1 where L1 is perpendicular to L1. It's a false statement. So, L1 does not belong to R. Therefore, it is not reflexive. What about symmetry? So, what is the question we are asking? If L1 is perpendicular to L2, is L2 perpendicular to L1? You all know that if one line is perpendicular to the other, the second line is also perpendicular to the first. So this is a true statement. So what does that mean? If L1, L2 belongs to R, implies L2, L1 also belongs to R for all choices of, this means for all choices of L1 and L2 coming from the set A. So you cannot have lines, ordered pairs L1, L1 because no line is perpendicular to itself. Therefore, it is not reflexive. However, it is symmetric because if one line is perpendicular to the other, the second line is also perpendicular to the first. Now, what is the third property we have to check? We have to check for transitivity. So, we are taking the same example. A consists of all straight lines in a plane and two lines are related if they are perpendicular to each other. Now, what is the definition for transitivity? If L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3, the question we are asking is L1 perpendicular to L3? That's what we are asking. Now, you know, you can, if you are not able to answer immediately, you can also draw a picture which always helps. So let us suppose this is L1 and this is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3. So what can you say about the nature of L1 and L3? They are parallel, right? So if L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3, is L1 perpendicular to L3? No. L1 is parallel to L3. So, the relationship R, where the relationship is defined by the property of being perpendicular to each other and we are dealing with straight lines in a plane, is not a transitive relation. So, not a transitive relation. Because L1, L2 may belong to R, L2, L3 may belong to R. It does not imply L1, L3 belongs to R. It does not imply. Okay? It's a false statement because they will be parallel. So this property or this relationship of being perpendicular to each other, it is only symmetric. It's neither reflexive nor transitive. Let us look at one more example. Let us suppose A is a set consisting of the elements 1, 2, 3 and R consists of 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2 and 2, 3. Now, again we are going to check whether this is an equivalence relation. So, what is the first thing that we need to check? Reflexive property. Is it reflexive? Is it reflexive? 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 belongs to R. Or rather, x, x belongs to R for every choice of x coming from A. So, we have checked for all elements 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 belongs to R. Therefore, it is reflexive. Is it symmetric? So, what is the question we are asking? If x is related to y, what is the definition? Y should also be related to x. Now, you have to look at this relation. Okay, let me use another color, then I can show the difference. So, if you look here, 1, 2 belongs to R, but 2, 1 does not belong to R. Therefore, it is not a symmetric relation. So, if a relationship fails even for one element, right, then that relationship cannot be true. That is what is the beauty of mathematics. To say something is true, you have to give a proof. To say something is false, you have to give a counter example. So, 1 is related to 2, but 2 is not related to 1. Next, let us check for transitivity. Now, you have to tell me whether it is transitive. What do you notice, children? You can see 1, 2 belongs to R, 2, 3 belongs to R. So, what is the question? You have to ask, does 1, 3 belong to R? So, 1, 2 belongs to R, 2, 3 belongs to R, but 1, 3 does not belong to R. See, 1, 2 is there, 2, 3 is there, but 1, 3 is not there. Therefore, it is not transitive. Symmetric, was it symmetric? No. So, not symmetric either. So, this is only reflexive, neither symmetric nor transitive. Okay. But in the same set, if I take, say, another example of relation. Suppose I define R to be 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 3. So, I have now changed my relation to a different one now. Okay. So, this is my relation. Now, the question we are asking is this relation an equivalence relation? Is this relation reflexive, symmetric and transitive? Okay. Now, you look at, does it have 1, 1? Yes. Does it have 2 comma 2? Yes. Does it have 3 comma 3? Yes. So x is related to x for every choice of x coming from A, where A is our primary set. Therefore, this is a reflexive relation because 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3 belongs to R. Is it a symmetric relation? 1 is related to 2. Does it imply 2 is related to 1? Yes. Now it is given that 2 is related to 3. Is 3 is related to 2? No. So it is not symmetric. Two is related to 3, but 3 is not related to 2. The ordered pair 2 comma 3 belongs to R, but 3 comma 2 does not belong to R. Now what about transitivity? So now you see that 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 3, therefore 1 is related to 3. Right? See, 1 is, let me use another color. Now, 1 is related to 2, 2 is related to 3, 1 is related to 3. Therefore, 1 comma 2 belongs to R, 2 comma 3 belongs to R, and 1 comma 3 also belongs to R. Therefore, it is a transitive relation. So, let us discuss this in greater detail. So, we had the set A, which consists of the elements 1, 2, 3. Then what was our relation? 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. We saw it is reflexive because all these 3 elements are there. Every element is related to itself. Now, how do I make it symmetric? 1 comma 2 is there, right? But 2 comma 1 is not there. Therefore, it is not symmetric. So, how can I make it symmetric? So, I am going to include 2 comma 1. So, let us also think how you can make it into a symmetric relation. If it is 1 comma 2 belongs to R implies 2 comma 1 belongs to R. Now, 2 comma 3 belongs to R. So, does it have 3 comma 2? No. So, I am including 3 comma 2. I am trying to make it into a symmetric relationship. Okay. So, 1 comma 2 belongs to R implies 2 comma 1 belongs to R. 2 comma 3 belongs to R implies 3 comma 2 belongs to R. Now, what about transitivity? 1 comma 2 belongs to R, 2 comma 3 belongs to R, 1 comma 3 also belongs to R. Therefore, it is a transitive relation. So, now this is complete. This is an example of an equivalence relation. Why is it equivalence? Reflexive. Why is it reflexive? 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. All these belong to R. This is our R. Why is it symmetric? 1 comma 2, 2 comma 1, 1 comma 3. Does it have 3 comma 1? No. So let me include 3 comma 1. Okay, so I am trying to make a relation which is an equivalence relation. So if I have 1 comma 2, it implies 2 comma 1 also belongs to R. If I have 2 comma 3, 3 comma 2 also belongs to R. If I have 1 comma 3, 3 comma 1 also belongs to R. Therefore, it is symmetric. 1 is related to 2 implies 2 is related to 1. 1 is related to 3 implies 3 is related to 1. It also has 2 comma 3 and 3 comma 2. So because of this, this is a symmetric relation. Now what about transitivity? Now 1 is related to 2, So it has 1 is related to 2. It has 2 is relating to 3. Does it have, so what is the question you need to ask naturally? Whether 1 comma 3 belongs to R. Is it there? Yes. Okay, then 2 comma 3 belongs to R. 3 comma 2 belongs to R. Does it imply 2 comma 2 belongs to R? Yes. So I'm just showing you some examples. So 2 comma 3, 2 is related to 3, 3 is related to 2, implies 2 comma 2 also belongs to R. Okay, so this is an example of a transitive relation. So to summarize what we have learned today, we were learning about types of relations. We saw what was a reflexive relation. Reflexive relation means every element should be related to itself. So I have also written it in the mathematical notation or a set builder form. It should consist elements of the set x comma x. That means every x should be related to itself. Right? Now we looked at the example of triangles in a plane. And we defined the relationship to be congruence. Two triangles are related to each other if they are congruent. Is it reflexive? That was the question we asked. Yes, because every triangle is congruent to itself. Now, what is the definition for symmetric relation? If x is related to y, implies y is related to x. Here, what are your x and y? Triangles in a plane. A is a set of all triangles in a plane. So, let me take any choice of T1 and T2. Okay. Now, if T1 is congruent to T2, T2 is also congruent to T1, right? Therefore, it is an example of a symmetric relation for every choice of T1 and T2 coming from A. Now, what about transitivity? So, what is the definition for transitive relation? If x is related to y and y is related to z, does it mean x is related to z? If yes, then such a relation is called as a transitive relation. Let us look at the same example of triangles in a plane. If T1 is congruent to T2 and T2 is congruent to T3, does it mean T1 is congruent to T3? You all know the answer, right? Yes, T1 is congruent to T3. So, it's a true statement. So, if T1 comma T2 belongs to R and T2 comma T3 also belongs to R, definitely it implies T1 comma T3 belongs to R for any and every choice of T1, T2, T3 coming from the set A, which is a set of all triangles. Then we also looked at the example of straight lines in a plane and the relationship being perpendicularity. That is, if two lines are perpendicular to each other, then they are related. So for reflexive, what is the question you need to ask? By now I know, I have told you that you need to first ask yourself the question, is every line related to itself? So how is the relationship defined? By being perpendicular. No line is perpendicular to itself. Therefore, this statement is false. So you cannot have elements of the form L1 comma L1. So L1 comma L1 does not belong to R. Therefore, it is not reflexive. Now, perpendicularity, is it symmetric? If L1 is perpendicular to L2, does it mean L2 is perpendicular to L1? Yes, it's a true statement, right? If one is perpendicular to the other is also perpendicular to the first one. So, L1, L2 belongs to R implies L2, L1 belongs to R for every choice of L1 and L2 coming from A. Therefore, it is symmetric. Then we checked for transitivity. If L1 is perpendicular to L2 and L2 is perpendicular to L3, does it mean L1 is perpendicular to L3? We drew the lines also to check. If we have L1 perpendicular to L2 and L2 perpendicular to L3, you can clearly see L1 is parallel to L3 by the property of straight lines. Therefore, it is a false statement. So, for every choice of L1 and L2 and L3 coming from R, satisfying L1 related to L2 and L2 related to L3, then L1 will never be related to L3 because they will not be perpendicular, they will only be parallel. I hope I've been able to convey the notion of equivalence relations, different types of relations being reflexive, symmetric and transitivity. This is the first video of this chapter. In the next chapter, we will do problems from the NCERT textbook. As we progress, we will also do lot of competency-based problems, which are the kind of problems that are frequently asked in the CBSE board exam, and also which will help you to solve problems. It will improve your problem-solving skills. So do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you, children. I hope you benefited from this video. Thank you.